with a customer like that, sooner or later you got to say, sir, what's it going to take?
Right.
Okay? But hopefully what you've done is lower their expectations by giving them, logical reasons why the car is worth what it is.
Right.
Okay, Scott, my name is Steve Richards. I'm the manager. I work here with Larry, and I'm the guy that gives you the numbers. Okay? Around here, we don't do that back and forth thing. The man behind the curtain, et cetera, et cetera. Not only do I give you the numbers face to face, is we give you all the numbers you'll need to make a well-informed decision. At Metro Kia, we want to be as transparent as we possibly can. So what that means is we'll give you the price you can buy the car for. We'll tell you exactly what we'll buy your car for. We'll suggest a recommended down payment. And then what we'll do on the payment side is we'll give you a series of payments. We'll do much the same thing that the mortgage industry has done. Not just today, but in the past. Starting about 10 years ago, when the interest rates dropped, there was a mass rush to refinance. If 100 people went into their mortgage loan office expecting a lower rate, 100 people got a lower rate. If 100 people went in expecting a lower payment, about 60 got a lower payment. The other 40 got a higher payment. Do you know why? The mortgage broker suggested a way to save $100,000 to $150,000 to $200,000 by reducing the term from 30 to 20, or 30 to 15, even 30 to 10. And 40% of the people took advantage of that. Now, we can't save you $100,000 today, Scott, but what we can do is show you a way to own the title to your car sooner, put you back into the trade cycle, or quicken your trade cycle. Because people want to trade about every 3 years. The problem is, when they finance a car for 6 years, they can't trade after 3 years. We're here to try to stop that, but the option will always be yours. Now, we know it's also all about the money. Okay, the car's right, correct? Okay, here is the opportunity. You own it for $23,373. We'll buy your car for $13,000. The bank recommends an initial investment of $4,500 and then gives you a series of 3 payments. Now, this payment right here, I'd at another Kia store in Georgia would show you an $806 to $826 payment. However, this is what we call our in and out financing. It's only 3 years, you build equity faster, you pay it off sooner, and you save yourself a ton of money in finance charges. However, we're realists, and so are our customers. At 60 months, we give you a more flexible and a more comfortable payment. Obviously, it's more comfortable at $500 than it is at $800, but it's more flexible too because you can gain many of the same benefits you can at 36 by paying it off sooner. You just do it in your own time frame. If you get a bonus, you start making more money, you come into some money, you win the lottery, you can always prepay this, no penalty. And right here in the middle is what we call the best of both worlds. At 48 months, the payment is significantly lower than it is at 36. It's a little higher than it is at 60, but you pay it off sooner, you build equity faster, and you save yourself some money. So Scott, if you will initial the payment that works best for you and authorize it right there, we'll get your new Kia ready for delivery.
You know, Steve, I understand all that, but we need to be looking at my trade-in right there. That $13,000 is totally unacceptable. There's no way I'm going to accept that for my trade-in. It's a 2011, only 30,000 miles on it.
Scott, the fact that you say that is evidence that you are a perfectly normal human being. Everybody that trades with us says exactly the same thing, and I quite frankly have never felt the dealer gave me too much either. So we understand it's not a problem. Other than the trade though, everything else is cool. Nothing else stops you from taking the new Kia home today, correct?
Well, it depends on the payments.
Okay, no problem. I'll tell you what. Let's look at this. We'll buy your car for $13,000, but you know what that is? That's our initial investment into that vehicle. Scott, you don't know us that well yet, but in the coming months you're going to discover that we're a group that does what we say we're going to do. We don't just sell a car to somebody and leave them to wave in the wind. We take care of it. Most of our customers come from customers. You're going to be in a situation where you're playing golf, you're at church, you're at a restaurant, you're at your place of work, and someone's going to bring up the conversation about needing a pre-owned car. We hope by that time you've got the confidence to send them to us, because if you do, and they buy a car from us, we will reward you, or the charity of your choice. All right? If you send someone to see our pre-owned cars, they're going to find a bunch of pretty ones, and they'll tell you how we make them pretty in a few minutes. But if they bought a car from us, and if they took it home, and if they were showing it off, and a neighbor comes over and says, hey, it's a pretty car, it's a pretty dangerous car, look at those tires. You need 4 tires. How happy would they be with you for having sent them to us?
Yeah, but tires ain't gonna be that much. Y'all can sell that car out there for $17,000, $18,000.
Well, that's going to be our intent, okay? I think your number's pretty close. But tires, well, you've never put tires on this vehicle. Any idea what they would cost?
You figure set tires $400 or $500.
Okay. To put radial tires on your car that are rated at the factory numbers, it's going to cost a minimum of $700, okay? It would cost $800 retail, but look, we buy the tires cheaper because we buy them in bulk. But we'll spend a minimum of $700. Now, when I say detail your car, I'm talking about bringing it up to nearly new condition, okay? We don't just run through a car wash and wipe it down. We'll send it to our detail shop, Scott, where they are liable to have to unbolt all the seats, take them out, steam clean them, shampoo the carpets, take a toothbrush to the interior, put it up on a rack, pressure wash the undercarriage, bring it down, steam clean the engine, and then we put a special solution on the outside to renew the paint. Scott, if you took your car to Mr. Clean, where they charge $25 for their deluxe, but ask them to unbolt all the seats, shampoo the carpets, take a toothbrush to the interior, put it up on a rack, pressure wash the undercarriage, bring it down, steam clean the engine, then put a special solution on the outside to renew the paint, what do you think they charge you?
Probably $100.
That's about exactly what we spend on each and every car. Now, you've been to a shopping mall, you know how I know? You got dings and dents running up and down both sides. We've got a guy that spends 3 days a week on our lot. He does paintless dent repair. It's about $200 per side. But again, the number one reason someone buys a pre-owned car is because of how it looks. So they have to be made pretty. Now, you've got 32,000 miles on this car. I'm going to guess because you're a pretty smart fellow, you did not do the 30,000 mile service on that vehicle because you were going to trade it. Am I right?
Well, I didn't know it needed 30,000 miles.
There's a 30,000 mile service, but you did the right thing. Had you done it, you'd have never gotten your money back because we can do it for about half what you would have, and that's about $150. The front bumper, you didn't have it repaired, I'm going to guess because you didn't want to file an insurance claim, and it was probably right at the deductible.
Yeah, my wife scuffed it at the gas station.
Not a problem. We will have to do it, but we can do it at our cost, so it'll be maybe around $500. And you know what? Your glass is fine. Do me a favor, add this up real quick. 700, 100, 200, 150, and 500. Okay. Our initial investment's $13,000. By the time anybody gets to drive this thing, much less buy it, we will have a total of $14,550 invested in this vehicle. And then we roll the dice and we hope to sell it. We don't always win when we roll the dice, okay? I need you to okay this right here and initial the payment that works best for you so we can start to work on it.
Yeah,